The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
So it's no after marriage. It's no after marriage, bro. Single, no.
Like where that box at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Head of household, though, right?
If he's claiming a dependent.
Oh.
So it don't matter how much you pay your bills. Like, it's like, oh, I pay all my bills.
My bills depend on me.
I pay my back. I pay all my mortgage myself. I pay all my bills.
Yeah.
If you don't have a dependent in the tax world, you're single.
Gotcha.
In the real world, you might be head of household because you pay
yeah.
everything. But in the tax world,
That ain't
you
how
have
they
to have a
see you.
dependent.
Basically, if you ain't feeding somebody that's eating in your house, so you.
Now, if somebody just coming over eating it.
No, if they're living there,
Not
like
the
you're taking
same.
care of them, basically.
Well, yeah, if they're living there, you're taking care of them. Yeah, you have the right now. You become head of household if you're claiming them.
Yeah, I'm gonna claim them if they doing all that.
Yeah. You definitely.
A lot of my cereal got
It has to be a certain age, right?
No, head of household, and that's one of the misconceptions.
So you saying
too.
it could be
And
grandma?
I'm glad you mentioned that because I hear clients always say, "Oh, well, my child 21 now, to 18, I can't claim him no more." You can claim somebody at any age.
They
could be
don't tell you
58.
that.
They could be 58, 59, 60. It don't matter.
I know somebody that does that every year.
The difference is you just don't get the credits for them when they get older.
Gotcha.
So, like, you got what they call a child tax credit.
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
get $2,000 per child under the age of 17.
Okay.
So you can claim them once they hit 17, 18, but you're just not going to get that extra $2,000.
But how is that? Is that even worth it?
Yes, in a lot of cases it is because it changes you now from single to head of household.
Gotcha.
So now you get
There's a credit for that.
You get the deduction for
Gotcha.
head of household, but not only that, the tax brackets are different. You actually in a lower tax bracket when you're head of household. Single people get taxed the most.
Okay.
So when you go head of household, your tax bracket is lower. Plus, you get the additional stuff. But then you still can qualify for what they call earned income credit
Earned income, yeah.
if they're under 19.
Okay.
And if they're 19 or older, as long as they're in school, you can claim them up to 24. So yeah, you still can get credit for them. But then if they're over 24, like I said, you got a brother, sister that's 30 years old, and you taking care, you can claim them. You'll get head of household. You just won't get those credits.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense now. Yeah.
I still have another question. So you said that being married and filing joint, you raise your tax bracket. Now I thought that what's the threshold for paying taxes where you make a lot of money but you get taxed low? Like, how are all those really rich people? Like, what is the threshold?
Are you talking about in America?
In America. In America.
Because that ain't happening in America. You saying when your income goes up and then you pay taxes low? No, when your income goes up, you pay taxes higher. Now, how those people basically this is why you always hear me preaching. This is why you always hear me preach and get a business.
I heard you say
when
that.
you start talking about those people basically that pay little or no taxes, it's usually because they understand how to leverage their business.
Gotcha.
And that's basically what it is. And that's why, and I say this every week, that rich and successful people get businesses just to play the game.
That's interesting.
Just to play the game. It's not always about making a whole lot of money. Sometimes they use it because, again, everybody have a cell phone now. Everybody eating. Everybody has a car. Most people have a home office. If you don't have a business for something you're using every day, you're losing.
Gotcha.
Car.
You're losing. So you have no tax break. So now if I got a business, stuff that I'm using every day, doing every day, I got a business write-off for it now. So I'm getting those tax breaks.
Gotcha.
So don't be on Instagram #winning when you leaving all this money on the table. You ain't winning.
Now, what would be, with that, using that theory or way of operating, what businesses would someone start just for that purpose? And I'm not suggesting give them some kind of ideas, but you know what I mean? Because, like, if you don't wash cars and you got a car wash, you get what I'm saying?
Well, you can't just make up.
That's what I mean.
I ain't just saying just
so
make
you can't
up
hide
you
money?
have one.
Right.
That's called jail time.
No, we don't want that.
Yeah, that's called jail time. No, I ain't saying just make up one, but I tell people everybody has an idea. But even if you didn't, the one thing I do is I tell people get into multi-level marketing. There's everything in multi-level marketing. If you say, I love traveling, I love credit, I want to help people, I want to do investing, you got everything. I don't tell you which one to get into.
Right.
But I tell you that's a good base because it's low to get in. If it's $300, people, $300 to get in. Like, where you going to start a business for $300 at?
True that.
So it's good in that sense, as well as you have a situation where you already got a built-in website.
Yep.
You got a built-in support team.
True.
And even the monthly amount that you pay is tax deductible.
Okay.
And so now, even if I paid every month, I had to pay every month to be in this organization. I had to pay the amount to get in. That's a tax write-off. So if I invested over a year's time, if I invested $750 to $1,000 doing this, now my write-offs with my mileage, my car, my cell phone, maybe meeting people for lunch or dinner, meetings that I'm doing.
Okay.
All that now reduces my tax bracket.
Okay.
That means now, because I have a lower tax bracket, I can get more money back on my refund. If I don't get a refund and I normally owe, that means I owe less. So if I took a $1,000 investment, but I was able to get an extra $2,500 back on my taxes, that was a great return on my investment.
Yeah, you're right.
For not putting in a whole lot of work, but I'm legal because I do have a legitimate business.
Gotcha.
I pay every month. I basically have a website. I have all of those things. It's a legitimate business. And so the same with that's same with if you have a bigger concept, you just gonna have bigger expenses. So if I do want to open up a car wash and I do want to get involved, the money I spent for that basically can offset what I made. Especially in the first few years, you may show the loss on it. But again, I tell people, you just might get lucky and start making a bunch of money from your business.
You're right about, I didn't know that was. I didn't mean to do this.
But that's the key though. And if you think about it, I tell people, all the people that you really look at that say they don't pay no taxes and ever, they got businesses.
Gotcha.
They got business and corporations. When Trump got into office, the first thing Trump did was change the tax bill. Nobody don't remember that, but when they first got in, what he was saying was, we're going to drop the corporate tax rate because corporations going to save hundreds of millions of dollars, and what we're going to do, that's going to stimulate the economy, and we're going to be able to hire people, give bonuses, that's the first thing he did because he understood taxes eat up people money. So
all
it's like,
my
all right,
buddies
if
will
I
be
can
able to
get
save
in here and
money.
I can change from paying 39% to 21% on my corporations, I'm going to save $100 million. All my friends are corporations, so they're going to save $100 million.
Wouldn't that be a conflict of interest? Like, well, he's not the president anymore, but at the time, wouldn't that be considered a conflict of interest by him doing
Not
that?
if I sell it as for the people. Not if I sell it as for the people. That's what con men do. Don't con men make you believe that it's for you and you're going to win with this, but in actuality they win.
Yes.
You're
right.
And so, but that's the whole thing is that we're going to hire more people. We're going to stimulate the economy. Millions of people are going to benefit. Millions of your friends and followers, and so, that's the conflict of interest that he ain't telling the truth, the whole truth. That's the conflict. But I tell people, I ain't really mad at him for some of the things he did because we all should have that mentality. You know what? I'm going to get in a position of power and I'm going to take care of my people. We all should have that. If I get on a job and I become executive on that job, I'm going to look for people I know that's qualified to start hiring them first. We need to do that. Because that's what everybody else does. We have a mentality when we get on top, we say, well, I don't know, I don't want to mess it up for me. So we ain't going to hire our people. Other folks get in and they have basically everybody they grew up with in that company.
Right.
They got a team.
And so that's what I say. So from that standpoint, I ain't mad at it when you start talking about hiring your son-in-law, hiring your son-in-law. I would do the same. But it's just a way to go by. It ain't like I say the way he do it is that's the issue. But not what he do. And I'm not a supporter at all. But I do say that he understand taxes and he understand those kind of things.
You understand the business,